Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's Chris Cool here. Wow, I feel short today. There we go, a little bit better. And we don't have captions working, so great. That's one thing I forgot today, was doing the captions. Give me 1 second. I'll get that link for you guys. Good as gravy. I'm going to go do this quickly for you guys. I apologize for those who are watching who are hard of hearing or deaf. But if I go and I turn on the captions, it'll work. Look at that. Good job, me. Wow. Thank you for coming on by saying hi. It's now not the holidays anymore, so thank goodness for that. Goodness gracious. Seemed like it's been forever since I streamed, but obviously it's just been a few days because, you know, all holidays and whatnot. So I'm actually going to fix my camera a little bit. Nope, can't do too much, but that should be good. Now I feel like I'm more... You know what happens? Oh, and I get the light switch. No, light switch. I am stuck in the middle with you. Like that song. Okay, so... as I reconfigure everything. It's actually been a couple weeks since I actually streamed in this location, so I feel rusty. It's okay. I don't mind. So, what's going on? Well, I don't know if you've seen my tweets, but I've been all busy. I've been all busy doing stuff. Some of the busy stuff I've been doing is working on my C64 mod, which is about done. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at some of the stuff I got during the holiday season, and have a little bit of fun on the side. I guess maybe we should go and look at the first thing I got, which... hopefully I don't turn this off while this is going on. I also clean my desk. And I'll put this on the top cam here so you guys can see my nice clean desk, which won't stay clean for long. Yes, I finally got an NES Advantage. I can now control the world, especially the Statue of Liberty. This is going to be pretty awesome, guys. I'm really happy about this. And the really cool thing about it is it works really well. Let's go to the game screen here. Oh, yeah, baby. Start. You get that arcade experience right there, guys. Oh, this is beautiful. I keep missing them. No, no. I wanted you all. Like Pokemon. Now, the nice thing about this thing is it does also have the rapid fire. So, hold on. Let's turn that turbo on. Oh, wrong one. I died. Hold on. I'm going to turn that turbo on. Oh, yeah. It's a lot better on the hand. I love it has a potentiometer, so you can actually tune it in, like fine-tune it. You can tune it to how often you want that. Oh, I can also do that. Oh, look at that slow-mo. I'll just turn off slow-mo. Oh, man, I love this thing. This is amazing. I'm gonna let it die, but... It's so cool. I've always wanted one of these. It was a steal. It's 15 bucks. I got it for 15 bucks at the National Video Game Museum while we had Retro Game Night. So... I was really pleased with that. Let's go back to this unit here. I'm going to show you. Quality-wise, it's in really good condition. I mean, it needs a little bit of cleaning love. It does have wear on it, but it works really well, as you can see. The potentiometer turned all the way up. It fired quickly. Has 1 and 2 player, of course, like any other NES Advantage. I'm really happy with this. This makes me really happy because, you know, like for instance, maybe I want to play Turtles, right? So let me go and nope. Let me go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because that's one of those games that you definitely want to play on a controller like this. Well, I don't want I want the arcade game. There we go. I keep messing up here. There we go. Okay, so let's go back here, and I'm going to go and make sure that plays. Select and start. And then we're going to go back to the game screen here. There we go. Ah, classics. Oh wow, you can see the joystick over on this view. Hold on one second. It's not on that view. Did I not resize everything? Oh wow, goodness gracious. Hold on, it's different everywhere else. Oops. Well, that's my bad. I guess you're gonna see a light switch for a little bit until I fix it. But I'm always a Donnie guy. Donatello. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love this thing. Here's in a half shell. Turtle power. Now, the one thing I will tell you right now off the bat is it is a bit fidgety when it's on cloth. Like my tabletop here is a mouse pad, essentially. It's a huge mouse pad. Get off me, dude. Oh, come on. That's... Die. Thank you. So it is not the best situation when it comes to these feet grips, because it just slides all over the place. As you can see, it slides really easily. But if you had it on a normal tabletop, you'd be fine. Ooh, Pizza Hut. Nom 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 nom. Okay. You know, I've been meaning to get one of these clone versions for like Raspberry Pi Play for a while. I might actually do that. I hear they feel almost identical. It would just be nice to have a USB version so I could go and play on. What did turbo here? That's cheating. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I like that. I like that a lot. And of course, I'm playing this on my trusty AVS, which I need to look to see if there's any updates on the software. I don't think there will be. It's been updated a while. I mean, honestly, everything that I noted previously has been fixed, so. Ooh, I'm gonna die in a minute. Yep, that's it on that one. I love the realistic fire, too. That looks nice. Okay, so let's just go back to the tabletop here. Again, if you don't have one of these, they're really nice to have. And this one for 15 bucks I thought was a great deal. Metal base, like real honest goodness metal. It's, wow, they'd sold 8 million of these. Not bad. So yeah, there you go. And that's just the first of many things I'm going to show you guys. So I'm really pleased to actually be able to do this today. So let's turn off the game system. And let's get that off of here, and we'll go to the next item. I was about to say next item up the bids on The Price is Right, but no, you cannot have any of these. They're mine. But we can look together. That's okay. And I'm not Bob Barker, so there's no bidding. I already won all these. Okay, so as I said, AVS. Okay, so let's unplug that bad boy, and then let's unplug this. So, and we'll put this away. There you go. Okay. Next things next. Let's see, what can we talk about? Well, I guess maybe we could talk about the Dreamcast mod. There we go. So let's go back to the top cam here, and we'll take a look at the Dreamcast. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, I think we've seen this mod already. Well, we kind of did, but we never saw it in action because it didn't quite work properly. Well, we didn't see it in full action. So, as before, we have the same mod situation, and it's really hard to see, but that button right there did not work. Now, I've tested this theoretically. Now, I put a meter on there to get continuity. The reason why I wasn't switching or returning back was due to one of the wires completely cut off of there. So I cleaned it up, I resoldered it. The one thing I didn't do on this that I really wanted to was I wanted to do the mod on the board itself to remove that extra cap so it wouldn't get so hot. I didn't do that, and I forgot to do that, so I will be doing that this weekend. But that shouldn't hurt anything at the time as we look at this. So right now what I'm going to do is we're going to plug this bad boy in. And I'm going to keep hitting the microphone. Now remember, this has that really wonky cable, so I'm going to have to be a little delicate as we move stuff around. I love how small this table is. I know Brian was telling me to get a larger table. We talked about it for a while, but nothing truly ever got done. And it's not for the lack of trying. It was just, you know, you get so busy. You know, we'll put that here. That might work. Okay. I know we'll put that cord here somewhere. One second. Maybe I was drinking. Thought I had the cord here. Oh, one second. I'm going to play some music and we're going to go look for that cord. I guess 1 second, guys. It fell. That's what happened. So I've got the cable plugged in now. We can actually go to table view. We just need a controller. Okay, so now, theoretically, she's plugged in. Don't know for sure. We'll find out. I believe. Yeah, I've got to just kind of untangle some cords here, and then we'll look at the Dreamcast quickly. Okay, let's see if this powers on correctly. Now the light turns on. Let's see if I actually see any information here. Let me think here. What was the last system I plugged in? I forget now. I'm not getting anything. I didn't even get the beep. So I'm going to guess and say that we didn't do this correctly. Hold on. Let's actually go to... I thought I had SCART in here last. Let me think here for a moment. Yeah, it is an RG. Now I'm double questioning myself. There we go. You forgot the time because I have not put that battery in yet. Well, I'm going to try to wiggle this so it actually sees the correct colors. I guess truly it doesn't truly matter too much. We just want to see it in action. So, as you can see, not that great. And the only reason why it's not that great is because of that wiggle problem. So let's just go here. Sounds good. It's gonna play this. I do have to do that mod as well for the... Wow. That is loud. We do have to do that mod for the clock in here. It's not a horrible deal to set the clock every time, but it's a pain in the butt. So, let's take a look here. Did we wiggle it again? One second, let's try this again. It did make a beep this time, though. I'm not seeing the screen. So I'm getting a little concerned. I'm not seeing the... Here it goes. I'm seeing it now. Okay. I'm barely going to touch it at this point. All I want to do is I want to boot into a game. Make sure she works. And then go out of it. So let's try this. Oh, now it's yellow. Great. That's fine, I don't care. Again, I know this looks bad, but there's supposed to be a new part coming in. I want to remind the guy about that. Good enough. So if I open this and I push the button, which I'm going to show you right now, the button's in here. Once I push it, it should go reset. So I'm going to go back to the second screen here. And it did. Yes. Okay, successful. And went back to the play menu. I'm going to try that one more time. Make sure it works. Every color in the rainbow, of course. Games. And we'll just do Capcom versus SNK. Again, just want to make sure it works, and then I can scoot off to the next project. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go and show you me pushing the button. I gotta push it for a second. Retro Gamer, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Doing great. I was just showing the mod to the Dreamcast. I got many different mods going on, but this one's done. As you can see on here, the button now works. I could turn this one off until I can get a fix from the Behar brothers on this. We won't be able to do too much with the Dreamcast, unfortunately. So that's now done. We can disconnect the Dreamcast, put away the Frame Meister because I'm not going to need it for the rest of the video. I love my Dreamcast. Unfortunately, it needs a little bit more love as well. So for only 35 cents a day, you can help me give more love to my Dreamcast. Okay, no, it'll be fixed. I'm just waiting for them to email me that part, or mail me that part. So with that in mind, let's go to the next system. Because now we've looked at the Nintendo, we've looked at the Dreamcast. What else can we talk about? Yes, I broke down and bought one. This is not a bad, horrible console. It's tiny. It's okay. It's not horrible. Don't listen to the haters. You can fix the problems with it, and I will show you what I've done. It does require you to have a... No, it's not trash, Retro Gamer. It's trash in that the ROMs on here suck. You are absolutely right. I'm not playing PAL ROMs. But we're going to do the SD card mount, and we're going to play some decent stuff on here. Plus, I can do 2-player now. You are a hater. Look at you drinking that haterade. Let's actually now go in and get this set up quickly. I love when stuff like this kind of fails, because then people can get these in their hands at a much cheaper price, which means that people who are just normal people who just want to have fun can get these consoles and are not swallowed up by all the scalpers and stuff. So I'm hoping that happens in this case. Just had to plug it in. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Just trying to plug in all my wonderful stuff to show you just what this is about, because I know Retro Gamer has seen this already, and it has its flaws. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely does. But it could be substantially worse. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna go and power this on. As stock as it is, I won't do anything special first time around here. So let's go and plug this in, turn this on, and take a look at this together. So I'm going to push the power button. It's going to flash green. And then it should go into that mode there. Yay. Now, it always shows you this. Okay, sure. As you can see, I played Jumping Flash to kind of see how bad it is. It's playable. It's not that great, I'll be honest with you. we can go and enter. There's actually some cool stuff here. There's virtual memory cards and there's a resume point. So if I wanted to resume from there, all I have to do is just click on it, hit X. I can go number 2. You get rid of that froggy quickly. Die! Thank you. It doesn't feel horrible. It definitely it definitely takes some use to getting to, or getting used to, whatever. Okay. Enough of that done and said. We've seen it already. It's everybody else has played this to death, right? So let's go and talk about what we can do to make it better. And all it really takes is for us to do a tiny little mod, if you will. And it's not even really a mod. It's just an SD card that's properly formatted, has the games, and it uses a thing called Bleemcast in order to do this. Had to get the card. So you plug in the card in one of the available slots like this. So all it is an SD drive right there, bam. Put that in there. You can put your game in there and then power it on just like normal. It's going to read this drive and it's going to make a determination. If it sees the drive and the drive is valid, it'll let you play your own games. As long as you actually do it correctly and you follow the Bleem setup and stuff. Now it's going to take a minute because this is just a USB 2 drive. It's not the fastest in the world. But once you actually get to this menu, you barely get to see it because I made the mistake and did not... I just pushed the button too fast. That was my mistake. Ooh, there we go. No, I don't want to save it. So as you can see, I got a few games on here. The one that's missing is Pepsi Man, which froze it because Pepsi Man does not work. It's trying to load it, so it's doing this little flashy load thing. So I don't know what it's trying to achieve here. I think I'm gonna power it down. I'm gonna attempt to power it down. I broke it. Bleeding perfect. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do the old standby of actually removing the actual back power cable, and we'll try this again. Goodness gracious, it's gonna keep flashing like that until we actually turn it on again. Yes, I was talking about that. I was talking about the actual new mod here, or the update, so you can actually play your own games. Now, of course, it's frozen. There it goes. Come on, loading out. There you go. Oh. So once you actually have the SD card, I'm sorry, the USB key in here set up, you should be able to see. Wow. It completely blew away my card, didn't it? Hold on one second. I'm going to turn you off. What's going on here? Like it completely destroyed my USB key. Hold on. That's an odd error. Let's try this again. I've never had that happen before. Of course, now it's doing a flashy flash on here. That's fine. It's flashing on the sand. This is not good. This is not good at all. Yeah, it's doing a slow flash now on the sand disk. I don't know what I did to break it, but I broke it pretty bad. I hope I didn't fry my drive. Come on. Power. Now only one turn off. All these problems. Yeah, Seriously. I agree. The analogs, I mean, it would be nice. I mean, for the games that actually support it. But I have found that I'm going to have to, again, hard yank this out. Let's go to here. I'm going to see if it actually fried my drive. Hold on 1 second. It says that a problem with this drive. Scan the drive and fix it. Scan and fix. Repair drive. I must have been too hasty on it once it froze. So give it 1 second. It's actually going to do its thing. Your drive is scanned. Okay, so I'm going to go to H here and see. Dang it. Yeah, more quality hardware from... Yes, I would happen to agree if this actually did foobar. Hopefully it didn't. I'm going to go to the H drive now. It's still in there. Bleem sync. Let's see. Games. Games are still in there. So, I guess let's try again. The problem is this drive also goes and doubles for another system of mine, so hopefully it does not die, because that's the system we're going to talk about next. All my eggs in one basket. Eject. I'm going to do it over here. Okay. There we go. Yoink. Try to plug this in here again. Power. Work. Let's go back to the game here. Well, yes, of course it does, because the it was not, this system was not made to do that. So an unoptimized system will always work better on an optimized system, like you would say the Raspberry Pi, which I have plenty of Pis in this house, and heavens knows that I know a lot about that architecture. So of course, with the architecture of this machine, it was not made to do that. Now, is it perfect? No. So again, let's kind of go back here, and I can show you quickly here. It works just fine with the selector. Everything's in here. If I go and I even play Metal Slug, which is one of my favorite games, again, works just fine because the emulator here is made to play PlayStation games, and they optimize it for that. Yes. I usually die a lot in this game, but of course that's, you know, part of the fun. Yeah, this is fine. Audio sounds just like it does on my PS1 and inside my PS2. Quality wise, it looks okay to me. You can actually go and do some more settings here. If you actually go into the menu, which is just select and triangle, you can actually go into the menu and get some options here. I can actually show the frame skip, show the FPS. We can go and actually go through here as well, but everything seems to be just fine. You can actually save config as well, so that's nice. So right now, we'll go back here.
Mission 1.
I mean,
Start.
again,
Thank you. Heavy machine gun. Heavy machine gun.
Stupid monkey. Aw, damn it. I was trying to jump all the way. So yeah, it plays good. It plays surprisingly well. Yes, I know you're waving at me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shit. Ah, damn it. I touched it. No, there's no input lag at all. I mean, this feels really good. I'm also using a really good card here to bring it in. It's a USB 3, so there's no lag on that either. And I'm playing it, literally looking at it right now. And that fading you see is because of my capture card. So it's just going back into off-put state. So I'm going off of a monitor, which would have lag if it didn't do the audio, the video live. So no, absolutely not. And I can play just fine from my Aver Media card to my monitor through my computer into this. So even if I was playing it stock on my TV over there, I wouldn't feel a thing. Again, one of my favorite games. I've been a Neo Geo fan for years, and that felt just fine. To be completely honest. So if you can find one of these in the wild, you're going about $35 right now. It is worth $35 just for these controllers. They do work in your PC as well. These controllers, they're great for retro gaming. And you can get a pair of these knockoff controllers, not even Sony branded, knockoff 2 for $20. So you're paying $15 for the console. What am I doing with my whole stream today? We're going through all the Christmas stuff and all the cool stuff, including the C64 stuff. And in fact, that's going to be the last thing because there's a lot to talk about on that C64 mod. So I'm going to hit up one more console that I got for the holidays, and then we'll hit up the C64 mod, which is amazing. Took a lot of effort. So anyways, yeah, I would say for the controllers themselves, I know they don't have analog, but they're definitely worthwhile. You can use these with your Raspberry Pi stuff. You can use this on your PC. I mean, they're just standard USB. They're a little wider because it's trying to emulate the style of the original PS1 controllers. But again, for all intents and purposes, it's amazing for the price. Did I pay $35? I wish. But yeah, you can get them for $35 now if you look around and you do some deals. I belong to the Dallas Retro Gamers, and they were talking about some of the great deals that they got. Oh, the Retron 77. Ugh, love that thing. The Retron 77 with the community build is phenomenal. We deal with Hyperkin with my nonprofit, and so I got one of these in my hands, and in fact, it's on the shelf right there, which you can't see, but it is my go-to for Atari 2600 gaming. I have all my games on there, and even with that, I also have my carts on the shelf as well. So if I'm ever like feeling Demon Attack, slap that puppy in or find the ROM, put it in, done. I love that system. This is why I really love these new old consoles, because to me, it's just making me feel young. I'm a 40-year-old guy. Feeling young is nice. So let's get this Sony PlayStation 1 Dragster. Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's just talk about that 4.21 or whatever that whatever that guy said that he could best at. Dragster is pretty cool. I loved the Ben Heck episode where he tried to prove that it was impossible to get that speed, which was just amazing. So the next one on our list is, yes, it is. That shit is indeed impossible. No, there's no way. 4.27, yes, it is possible, but not 4.21. Anyways, here it is. This is the C64 Mini. These you can grab about $40 now on Amazon if you look for a good deal. This is not a bad system. I will say that this is actually a pretty cute system. Now, a few things about it I'll be completely honest about. It's sim emulation, not that great. I was doing some tests, and we'll even talk about those tests in a minute. just, it's not beautiful. It works, but it's not that great. Also, I will mention that this thing works well. So does the actual PlayStation Classic. Works well with USB splitters or USB hubs, whatever you want to call them. I had a really cheap monoprice USB hub in there to be able to play the controller, have a keyboard, and a USB key. Amazing. Get the newest firmware for the C64 Mini. Definitely worthwhile. So let me go and look for these key components that we're going to talk about, because I definitely want to mention these. So give me 1 second as I start getting things situated. Really, just to let you know, power, same thing as Raspberry Pi, same thing as a lot of these mini consoles. It just takes a micro USB, HDMI, whatever extras you want to throw into it. And also they gave you the classic stick for the C64, which is this bad boy here. And this also serves as a secondary input, as you'll see here, for menu button options, and we'll talk about that as well in a minute. Everything's going on today. I need to get a bigger desk. That's what I need to do. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go and find one of these really cool things. I'm gonna find the keyboard, and I'm gonna find the monoprice HDMI hub. 1 second. Play some music as I look. Got it right here. And I got a nice little keyboard right here. You don't need a lot. This keyboard should be just fine for our needs here. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that these people who faked their high scores are getting their comeuppance, like Billy. Oh, that dick. The King of Con. I love that movie. I love it even more now that that guy was undisputed. I mean, granted, how many years later, but it's still amazing nonetheless. So, one thing I did learn is you definitely don't want to plug in the USB drive on the hub. You want to keep that separate, kind of like how I'm doing here. Yeah, Billy is indeed a douche. So we're going to take a look at this. We'll plug in the controller, and we'll plug in the keyboard on its own on the hub. Another thing you'll notice here, and this is kind of weird, I noticed this as well, just like the Raspberry Pi, once you plug in the Commodore 64, the C64 Mini, it will actually power on the system automatically, which I have no idea why it does that. That's like C64 territory here. But the boot up is nice and quick, as you can hear. Immediately we're in a game menu here. And nice thing about it is it gives you a lot of options that you can actually do on here as well. So I really do actually appreciate this quite a bit. The options, the game selection, it's actually kind of nice. The one thing they don't let you do is swap drives. There is no 9 or 10 or 11 at all on here. Now, I can play these games all you want. There's some really good ones on here. There's some really hard ones. In fact, this one here, this one's actually a new game that just came out, and it came on this new build. We'll play this one now, because actually it's kind of fun. We'll play this one quickly. F1 for options. There is no F1 key. You don't need it, though. This is kind of like Galaxian. It has really good music, too. So I really like this game. And it's one of those that you can just you can hold down the button and shoot with it. So it's really nice. So there's no need to go click, 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 click. Cause you're, damn it, it shot me. You jerk. Pooping on me. So, it is a really nice game. A really fun game, too. And the graphics, I mean, even for C64, are really impressive. Get away from me. I don't want you to zap on me. Die. Save your thumbs? Yes. Definitely save my thumbs. Anyways, that's really, I wanted to just kind of show you an idea. So let's go back into the top cam here and let's show you. I pushed the menu button, and when we go to push the menu button, you see that it gives you 3 options. It gives you virtual keyboard, save and load, and exit game. I want to exit this one though. But here's the piece of the resistance for me, is this piece here. I think this is amazing. As you can see, I have a lot of different things in here. Thoughts on the Sega Genesis Classic that got delayed? Oh, well, at least it's not stupid. I wanted to say tech toy, but that's not correct either. I've got the system right in front of me here. I've actually got the flashback and the... I got both flashbacks. I got the Atari and the Genesis that came out, and I hope it's not by them. Sega disavowed that, but I'd rather it be delayed and be good than be rushed out and be bad. Again, I think they delayed it because they saw how bad the PlayStation Portable was. At Games, thank you. Yeah, those At Games systems. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. So I'd rather it be delayed and actually do some good stuff. I personally built my own. There's a really good case on Amazon that was made by one of the great developers out there. Not what I wanted to load. Storm file. The hell is this? Oops. It's definitely not what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're going to do a virtual keyboard here. Let's do control break. Run stop. Nope. Control. Nope. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to go home. I loaded the wrong wrong ROM. Try this again. Here we go. SID disk 9. That's what I wanted to load. I agree with that as well. I think that Sega has done good in the past with them. I love this intro. I'll turn it down a little bit though. So I think that Sega has done well in the past to kind of mitigate those things. I'm hoping that they do that as well. I mean, like their classics collection was pretty good. Now, of course, they could do pretty shitty things as well and go with one of their Sega CD compilations, which were crap. What games do I think is must-haves? Let's see. Like Earthworm Jim. I'd like to see games like that. You don't have to throw Mortal Kombat on there, honestly. We see that in way too many compilations. Honestly, I see a lot of crap compilations. I mean, you could have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3 is not that great. You definitely have to have a good assortment of decent fighting games. I would say, of course, Street Fighter. Oh, let's see. If I could, the Disney games were pretty awesome on that system as well. You could actually do some of those. Honestly, I could, you know... Yeah, the vintage collection was great. I definitely see that being something that they could do. See how cool that is? So this is, I don't know if Castle Illusion. Thank you. Yes, Mickey's Castle Illusion. So this is the SID player. I spent a lot of time with this when I was a kid. F1 to play. I think it's F1. So, but I want to hear this SID quality. to me, I don't know if that sounds like real SID to me. Not bad. I just hear warble. Now the good news is I do have a I do have a Commodore 64 coming in that needs repair. That will be my new system. I'm hoping to get myself a 1541 drive soon, so we actually can play these discs for real and compare quality of emulated SID versus real SID. But I wanted to showcase this because, again, this is a cute little console here. Again, the controller's not bad. It does allow you to have normal controllers on here. So if you wanted to use the PlayStation controllers on this thing, it'll work just fine. So, again, for like 40 bucks, it is definitely worthwhile. So, another mini console that I'm glad to have. So, there you go. And of course, you can throw all of your disc images on the SD card there. Now, I was always curious about this. Let's go back to this one last time. Actually, I'm going to go and F5 this. I'm going to go into a stereo, and I'm curious if it actually plays in stereo. We're going to play this one, Red Red Wine. And then we're done. I swear to goodness we're done. No, it sounds like mono. I could talk to the creator, be like, you know, hey dude, can you make this stereo? Yeah, I've owned a lot of Commodore 64s when I was a kid. I love these little systems. There was a lot of good things in like the mod scene, the retro scene, even back in the 90s for these nice systems. You missed it before. We were actually had my Dreamcast out, and we were looking at my new mod for my Dreamcast, and a lot of the cool stuff that we're doing. I was actually also playing with my new NES Advantage earlier as well. So, a lot of cool stuff. I think now it's time to show why people are actually tuning in, which I'm sure they're waiting for. They're like, they thought, oh, C64, of course you're going to be showing the actual mod. And I bring out this thing. But, you know, all's fair in love and war. I will show you the real thing. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Dreamcast for me as well. Dreamcast is my system. I have a Behar Brothers Toro on it, and I love this thing to pieces. So let me show you, as we have the music play in the background, this mod. Now first off, I got a baggie in here of controllers and kits and BS, which I don't believe we needed the second, but we might need a little bit later. I've got 3 Dreamcasts, 2 that work, 1 that doesn't, and one of the ones that does work is heavily modded with the DC EMU. I'm sorry, the USBs. The USB. I forget the name of it. It's the one that uses the USB keys rather than the SD cards. Mommy and Daddy, look at that. That's what a real Commodore 64 looks like right there. And this one's in immaculate condition. And the reason why is I keep it in that bag. I love this system. This one's not my childhood one. I found this one 6 months ago. I was at Classic Game Fest over in Austin. And they were selling this over at the Flashback... No, not Flashback. Game Over Video Games at their booth for 40 bucks. So, this is pretty amazing. The one that has the dead disk drive, just swap it out for like a... I know the SD drive clones are like 70 bucks now on eBay. You can actually get yourself an SD driver for the Dreamcast, so you can actually read the SD cards. So definitely worthwhile to check those out. So this is the real case of a Commodore 64. However, it's not a real Commodore 64. It's been heavily modded. And this is the reason why we're having this conversation today. So I'm really pleased with this mod because it took a lot of time and a lot of effort. Oh man, one complete in box. Oh, that is amazing. So I'm going to go and just do an F3 here. And we're just going to let it play on. We'll play some really crappy 80s music here. Here, I'll just turn it down so you guys can barely hear it. It makes me happy. Yeah, honestly, complete in box would just be amazing. I got a Dreamcast that was near complete in box, but it was blown. It has all the instruction manuals that came with controller, all the plugs and stuff. Well, yes, I would say 80s music is the best music, but on SID, people tend to be like, oh, electronic music, approximations. So if you look at the back of this system, you'll see that it's been modded. Obviously, it's I've done some 3D printing. It's not completed. I can probably paint this and clean it up. But again, it's not a bad... Oh, C64 complete in box. Oh, man, I would only imagine how much that cost. Probably around $253 getting one of these units just by itself is about $50 without any cables. They're not cheap. So a couple things that I did, obviously I put some USBs on here. Obviously HDMI, and I have a power jack on there. Pretty much the same thing you would see on a Raspberry Pi. It also has like a composite in, so you can plug it in and be able to put this on a real TV. I also have a reset switch there as well. And you barely see it, but right there you have an SD card. So that's pretty cool. So let's turn this on before I take it apart and show you what's actually in here. That means we have to cut the music off. Aww. You know what? No. Let's do this. Let's open it first so you guys can see inside. Then we'll turn it on. Because that means we can have the music keep playing. So, opening this bad boy. There's only 3 screws. That's the good news. The bad news is this case, like all Commodore 64 cases, they strip easily if you over tighten. So you just have to be very careful. These things are made for efficiency. They're not made to last. So just to let you know, it's still playing the music. It's at a break in a second, and words will come back in a second. So how cool is that? Okay, so this is actually one of my old SID music discs that's playing on the C64 Mini. So let's open this up right now, and we open it up by doing this. It's kind of like a car. You lift up to the top here, and then it just separates. So obviously, this is a Raspberry Pi mod. You can see that easily. A lot of 3D printing. I'm going to actually move my light over here so you can see a little bit better. There's the SD card right here. And it just makes it easier for me to pop in and out. And you're probably asking, why did you pick a chunky SD card? Why didn't you do a micro? Well, because Commodore 64s have big discs. And if I use a micro, it'd be small. And no, sorry, it's got to... You know, it makes me laugh. That's it. It makes me laugh. That's the answer. Everything is laid out with 3D print, as you can see. And everything's screwed in as well, making sure that it stays in place. Now, there's a few mods that I can do a little bit better in here. There are some, like if I push a button, you can see how that plastic wiggles. And especially if I push this one here, you can see a lot of wiggle there. I'm going to go and put a bridge between these 2 points here so it won't wiggle anymore. I'm going to do that this Saturday and update my CAD files so it's caught. Let's put it that way, because I hate that it's when I try to plug in something, it feels like it's going to break. Okay, we already heard that song. Let's skip that. Space to bypass. There we go. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so how this works, I'll show you. So first off, there's a new board here, and that one's called the Kira. Kira is a board that allows you to take a Commodore 64 computer. See what I mean about coming apart? It's got to be ginger with it. It's a C64 keyboard, and it makes it into a normal keyboard. So we actually can take this piece and we can remove it, since I've unplugged the keyboard and the LED. So now you can see, yeah, this is definitely just a really nice interpreter that goes into the Raspberry Pi. Retro Gamer, I love talking to you. Yeah, let's talk again some more. You can find my information at the bottom of the stream. Just hit me up anytime, man. I would love to talk to you about your Dreamcast issues. Catch you later, man. So as you can see, the header over here goes into the board, and then we also have these two USBs that go in here as well. And again, it's just flexibility and versatility, right? You just want to make sure that everything is able to be connected. And then we have this board that just takes the inputs in here, sends it to the Raspberry Pi, and then here is the audio slash composite video input here. It's really just a 3.5 jack, with one of those jacks that you see on those really cheap classic consoles that you get from China. Same concept. You just can composite out of it. Your HDMI and your micro all coming through here. That's pretty much it. There's no fans. There's no moving parts. And I just disconnected that solder joint off of that switch, which we haven't connected yet, so that's fine. I will resolder that on Saturday, because there's a few things I need to do this anyways. But it's going to go to the GPIO, and it's going to be the power on, power off. So we'll do that on Saturday as well. So it's no harm, no foul. It's not like it's going to be a problem. I know I need to heat shrink these terminals. I just didn't do it, and that's what happens when you don't do that. No big deal. But yeah, I just went and connected this like that, and allowed me to do everything I needed. What would I change if I could change anything? I would probably clean up the headers a bit. Like for instance on the LED light. The LED light plugs in right here, and it plugs in this way. However, the holder for the SD card also is there. So what I would do is I would reprint that bracket and then just put a header extender. So those two are just, you know, out of the way, and I can have a full bracket. I also probably would move the SD card holes up a little bit more so I can get to the card without actually having to poke something through it. So yeah, that's what I would do, and that's probably what I'll do Saturday. I just wanted to show you guys this because I really do think this is an amazing little kit that I've come up with, and it's great when you turn it on. So in fact, why don't we do that now? I'm gonna go and close this bad boy up, and we'll go turn it on and see how it looks. Make sure that I have the pins in the correct way, of course. There we go. And we'll also plug in the drive here. There we go. Okay, and we can close it up and screw it back together. It's going to make a big giant pop noise if it goes together correctly. Always the way. And maybe it's not going to go together correctly. I might have to do this way. NeuroNet, hi, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Trying to put together this Commodore 64. And we got it this time around. Only took 3 attempts. Always the way. Goodness gracious. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to screw this back together, and then we're going to take a look at how this looks. Wow, that's an old 286. Yeah, the oldest system that I have is this Commodore 64. I have a few of these floating around. I had a 286 back in the day. I loved that thing. But this is actually a Commodore 64 mod that has a Raspberry Pi inside, because the motherboard in here was dead. So I actually wanted to do a good quality Commodore 64 mod that allowed me to emulate the C64 as accurately as possible and have a little bit of fun with it as well, in which you'll see it's a pretty amazing mod. I'm really pleased with it. As you can see, it has, again, all the ports that you would need to run it, because it's Raspberry Pi. So I've got the HDMI here. We got the USBs and power. Also have composite output. We have the reset switch, which needs to be resoldered, and an SD card plate in here as well. So SD card, really easy to take apart. You just have to push on it, take it out. So, and we'll work on that, of course, on Saturday, make it a little bit better. Raspberry Pi is a pretty powerful card. Yeah, you're correct. Nice thing about Raspberry Pi, they're only $35. So you can do a mod like this if you had all the bits for under $100. Thank you so much for that follow, man. I appreciate it. So let's go and turn off the music that's playing on the C64 Mini, which, just to show you one last time, here's a C64 Mini compared to the real Commodore 64. How amazing is that? So cute. Ah, such love for this console. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this off, and we can turn that off by, I think, going into the main system here. Exit. Bye-bye. And then now I can actually turn it off normally. And pushing the shutdown button on the side here. So I love hardware, old hardware as well. I have so many classic consoles. It's amazing, my collection. So I'm going to go and disconnect this, and then we're going to swap out and actually use we're going to actually use the controller that came with the C64 Mini, see if that actually works, which would actually be kind of cool. So first off, I'm going to plug in the HDMI. There we go. Done. I'll plug in here. Well, you know what? Before I plug that in, I probably should plug in the controller as well. Here we go. There we go. Now, let's plug in the actual system. And we got the power right here. I just want to make sure everything's in here, because I don't have the on and off switch on here yet. So it'll just auto turn on. Okay. So you can see, once we actually pull the light away, light's on, and that's what it boots up to. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I don't know if this controller will work with this system. I've not tried it. The good news is, if it doesn't work, we'll just swap it out. So let's go over here to Emulation Station, which is what the Commodore 64 is running. No, it does not work. But the good news is, actually I do have I forgot. I actually have a little thing for this. Hold on. Talk about old hardware. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this right. Gotta bring in the classic Atari joystick to control this. Okay, now configure input. I've goofed. I'm sorry. I meant to do return. Configure input star. Yes. The C64 joystick. Hey, nice. Up, down, left, right. I'll show you what I'm doing right now. Start. I guess this will be start. Select A, B, X, Y. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. That's good enough, because I just want to get this controller up and going. This one actually has some pretty good heft to it, this analog controller. It claims it's analog, it's not really. As we're slowly kind of getting through here. Okay. There we go. So now I should be able to control this menu through here. So I can go here. So how cool is that? Okay, so now the reason why we're booting this one up is because I want to actually go in here with the proper Commodore 64, and then we can go in here and we can actually go and jump to, I'm going to go D. Okay, and then we're going to go here. I'm going to go back to the system that we were working with. I mean the disk, which was disk 9. Because this is what we loaded on the other machine, right? So we're going to go there now. Yes, it basically emulates all those systems. Device not present. So let me show you. It actually works like a real Commodore 64, so I actually can type on it, and that's what I'm doing now. So I can go do it. Start. Ah, dang it. Now I have to remember how to actually do this properly, because here's the problem. Is it's not emulating 100% correctly. I need to do some kind of key mapping on here. Let me look. Where's my mini keyboard? Oh, wait, hold on. It's on the Commodore. Or no, it's... Here it is. It is on the Commodore. So... what we'll do is we'll use the mini keyboard. If I can find the mini keyboard. Here it is. Oh my. This is what happens. Ah. I don't think it recognized it. I'm going to reboot this machine. But yes, it should definitely do that. It should go and do everything that it needs to do. F1, 2, 3, 4. Escape. There we go. Emulation mode. It's weird. Anyways, so yeah, this is how this works as a basic emulator. It's works really well. And you can see that I can type things in here. And now I'm just trying to remember how to actually go into the menu settings. Oh, there we go. Found it. There we go. So I can actually load any of these games here. I'm trying to do 9, which 9 should work. Let's try 9 again. Let's see what happened. Device not present. This is actually the Raspberry Pi 3 B plus. Device not present. This is kind of funny. Wonder why it's giving me that error. So it's kind of odd. So let's not futz with this. So let's do something else. I'm gonna go back into the menu here. I'm gonna go and exit out of this emulator. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. So at this point, we can actually go and exit out of this. There's one other cool thing that I want to do, and I don't know why any of these are not working. So I'm gonna go into here, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna quit out of this. I'm gonna shut this down gracefully. I'm going to shut it down properly. Now, there's another SD card that I have here, which is on here, that I want to boot up instead. Yeah, it's pretty powerful for today's standards, this card in here. But again, it's a $35 CPU. I mean, we're not talking expensive. We're talking minimalist, but it works. So, let's see here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to eject that SD card out of here. I'm going to take that out. We'll put that over here for right now. And we'll put this other one in here. This one has something called Combien, maybe. I think it's called Combien. Combien 64. Which is a different flavor of Raspberry Pi setup, which we'll boot right now. We'll see how this works. If it does work. Oh, wow, that was quick. Let's see. Ha! Straight up in the vise. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. Yeah, it's crazy how technology has really done some amazing things. Drive. Nice. Let's see what this does. We're going to load this up and see what happens. I also need to put images on here to make sure it's loading. I have no idea what that D64 does. We'll find out in a minute. Strike term 2014 final. I don't know what strike term is. Maybe it's a terminal machine? I don't know. I'll grab a drink. So you said Euros. So where are you from? Me personally, I'm in Dallas, Texas. I want a ZX Spectrum. ZX Spectrum. Goodness gracious. Love that captioning. Italy. Well, that's nice to hear. Never been. I'm Italian, and I've never been. Oh, yes. Okay. This is a terminal system. How cool is this? Wow. This is... Wow. This is a hack of Novaterm. I remember Novaterm when I was a kid. That's pretty awesome. Huh. That is pretty awesome. I have never actually set this up before. This is actually kind of nice. It is compatible with Nova 9.6 modules. This is really cool. Huh. I'm going to have to play with this. Y'all, your English is fine. Okay, well, this is actually really nice. So I've never actually played with this version before. So actually, machine settings. Okay. Setting faceted, that's nice. I wonder if it's going to read my SD card. Let's see. I mean, not SD card. I mean USB key. Hold on. 1 second. I'm going to try this. Hopefully I've not let myself out of a lurch here. No, that's fine. I'm gonna actually quit the emulator. Nice. Ha 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 ha, nice. It gives me options. This is very cool. I've never actually played with this before, so this is actually kind of nice. Host name, boot options. We actually can use this. This is gonna be better. I got this little tiny keyboard, makes it a little easier to navigate, because when I use this, it's more of a pain in the butt. Because the arrow keys are only down and right. There is no up and left on the Commodore 64. They use shift to go up and down. However, on a normal PC, that doesn't quite work, so it's a pain in the butt, as you can imagine. So as you can see on the second screen here, can't go upwards, so I have to use this bad boy. That's fine. Let's see. Boot options, localization, interfacing, overclock, advanced options, expand file system. Let's do that now. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to reboot this. I'm going to reboot this and we're going to continue on. It's going to flash a few times. And that should reboot directly into the Commodore 64 dealy. See how cool that is? That's nice. The N64, yeah, it was a pain to develop on. But yeah, it was really powerful. I have a N64 and a myriad of peripherals for it. I love that system quite a bit. I do play it now and again. The one that I've taken to shining lately is the GameCube, which is, of course, the later system right after the N64. The GameCube, to me, was a great stepping stone after the N64. The N64, I have pretty much everything that I could want for it. The GameCube, I've just started collecting on because I love it and it's a great system. There we go. So I'm actually going to quit the emulator to go to the settings here. I love using this controller on this. That's amazing. I'm going to have to talk about that. Okay, instructions. Read it carefully before you enter action. Run emulator. Okay, so 1. Okay, here we go. BN 64 installation guide. First thing to do before you start using 64, change default emulator to run the boot. Okay. To use all the available space on your micro SD card, you need to expand the file system, which I did already. Combined by 64 defaults the boot 64 machine. This distro includes all the other glorious machines, such as the VIC-20, Commodore, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I'm going to keep it the way that it comes with the C64. I'm going to extend that a little more. Copy manually ROM from USB key to commune using Midnight Commander. Holy crap. Midnight Commander. I haven't heard that in years. Copy automatically ROM. Okay, X copy. Ha! Okay, well this is easy enough. Q to quit. Okay, so 16. Wow, I haven't seen this in years. Wow. Okay, so mount, nothing. Media, USB. There we are, C64. Wow. Okay, well, I guess this is a good way to start here. So we're going to go and just copy this whole directory here. We're going to do an F5. What is it? F5. Okay. Cancel. Okay, so we're going to do tab. I have to actually find it. Vice. Nope. This is the fun bit. Combien 64. Oh, here we go. Games. Okay. Tab. Okay, and then F5. Nope. 5. Okay. Hopefully this works. Okay. Quit F10. Let's take a look here one more time. I got Raspberry config here. I got Wi-Fi config. Let's do the Wi-Fi config. Yes, Raspberry Pi 3 can do N64 and Dreamcast, but it's kind of on the edge. I would say PlayStation 1 is probably where you want to be on that. N64 tends to work okay on a lot of games. I would say wait for the Raspberry Pi 4 before trying that. Okay, I'm going to go and show this for a moment as I go and type in my stuff here. Don't want to show you my login and password for my system. Even though you see me typing, obviously. I wasn't thinking clearly. Control X. Yes. Enter. Okay. Let's reboot this bad boy here. Okay. Reboots. Okay, so we're going to go and look at this again. We should be able now to effectively mount some cool stuff in here. So hopefully we can do some cool stuff. So let's see. Machine settings, model. We're going to call this a C64 NTSC. SID settings, we're going to say 1 SID. And then we're going to settings management, save current settings. That's fine. That's what I'm looking for. That looks a lot better. Okay, so now we can go and drive, attach image. SID disk, I'm going to go 9. Okay. Load. Dang it. Quote, delete. Okay, let's try this again. Now, hopefully this loads fast. And hopefully it loads okay. We'll see. I'm going to go fast. This is what's going to excite me the most. If this indeed solves my C64 issue. And it actually works like a real C64. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. That sounds right. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Oh, that's amazing. That sounds just like it's supposed to sound. Happy. So happy. And the quality wise, the sync looks great. The video quality looks wonderful. Loading wise, it feels just like a real Commodore 64. Okay, so let's see if it actually goes and plays properly. We're going to do an F1. See if it actually loads stereo. I'm going to listen very closely. The emulation's amazing. This is actually the right speed. It's in stereo! That is amazing. Oh, I am so happy. That is truly in stereo. I don't know how you can appreciate this if you have never played with a Commodore 64. And I say this laughingly but truthfully. The Commodore 64 was a mono system. It had mono with 3 audio channels. And when my brother and I both had a Commodore 64 back in the early mid-90s, he would play the left channel and I would play the right channel so we could have stereo music. And this is the exact same thing. Oh, I'm so happy. So I'm going to abort this right now with an F5, which is, it's really satisfying as well to be able to push F5 on my keyboard and stop it and go back here. And we got Commodore key menu 2, which is not mapped, so I gotta map some keys is what I have to do. But that's fine. We'll map keys later. So we actually could do virtual keyboard by just doing Commodore key here for options 2 menu, as you can see. Again, I'll map those later. That's fine. Oh, my controller does that automatically. I don't even have to do that. That's nice. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so actually I can go into Drive here and I can attach another image. So if I wanted to go here, and do a change disc F5. I've now switched music discs, and I'm curious to see what disc this is. So I'm going to actually just play this. Again, this is just me being nostalgic. Oh. This was my childhood right here. A lot of Sid music. Just playing a lot of these Commodore 64 music arrangements. Even the mono ones are not bad. So, I mean, I love this system so much. The emulation is amazing on this thing. So here is the whole purpose of this mod, this system mod, was so all I would have to do is bring this system wherever I went and just set it up, just have a monitor, set it up and play it. And if they didn't have speakers on their monitor, I can plug in like wireless speakers, which I have a pair, and just play Commodore 64 games. Not just Commodore 64 games, to be honest with you. There's a few other systems I want to play as well, like Atari 2600 and whatnot. So, but this is, to me, this is amazing. Okay. So I'm going to switch drives as well again. 22. And we're going to go in change disk F5. Just curious to see what I have. There's this really cool song that I have somewhere. Holy jeez, that disk is full. Let me go down here. Here it is right here. This is what I've been wanting to hear for so long. This is a mega mix of Van Halen songs. It's in mono, but it's still pretty amazing. There's also an Axel F stereo mod that I want to hear as well. If it plays. It's a big file. I'm not lying. It's pretty honking big, so it'll load. It'll take a second to load. But when I was a kid, I would load this and just listen to it over and over and over again. I'll let you guys listen to this. I apologize if you're not Van Halen fans, but man, this is pretty awesome. Yeah, loading on the Commodore 64 was always a pain, but you know, when you were a kid, you learned to bide your time. You always like read a book or did something, wait for it to load. Then it was amazing. I can't tell you how happy I am right now, to be completely honest with you. Oh, listen to that flutter. Rapid. Because Eddie could play like nobody's business. So to emulate that is so rapid. You have that flutter in the background, even on a real C64. While this plays, I want to again show you just how amazing that this mod is that I did. So first off, yes, it reads the real keyboard presses, and it does that pretty amazingly. It also has that SD card in here, which I can swap out. I do have a reset button, which will be working this weekend. Your composite audio jack, and then 2 USBs, your HDMI, and your power. Essentially, this is a Raspberry Pi, but it's just so amazing. I'm trying to get to sit down properly. There you go. Here, let's switch screens. Let's do it this way. You just watch me look at it lovingly. I forget how long this is. I know it's a long song. It's like a huge SID file. I knew when I was a kid, some of these SID players could not even play this song because it was too big and it would run out of memory. One of these days soon, I'll have another Commodore. I'll bring it in. That would be a complete system with a disk drive. And we'll compare audio between this version and a real one and see how close they are. Yep. 20 years later, 30 years later, I still remember what this... Oh, I'm sure it'll still run full speed. Sentinel, yeah. Yeah, I got the Commodore 64, the actual real one, up and running, Retro Gamer, to show you it's up and going. We're playing some great music, and my camera got all knocked up. That's kind of weird. There we go. Really got messed up. There we go. That's better. So yeah, we're actually playing a SID that sounds a lot better than the little tiny one from here. I love that. I love the size comparison between the two. It's just so cute. It's like mommy and baby. So the old SID players would stop right at the end of this. I loved chiptune music. In fact, my playlist is nothing but Popski. I don't know if you follow Popski, but his music is nothing but chiptune. So yeah, I love it. This is what I grew up with. So yeah, I remember studying for tests at school to this type of music. My family was not happy, but I would jam it. Like, I had a cassette adapter that would plug into my Commodore to listen to these and be able to, you know, just play it on my speakers and play games. Kind of like... Here we go. Sorry, it just makes me so happy. Yeah, DJ Cutman's awesome too. I do have to I have to get more of his stuff. I do most of my retro music off of I forget the name of that stupid thing now. Let me go Popski. Oh, I don't have a keyboard in front of me. I was about to type on the Commodore. That's not gonna work. I can't remember it now, but it's the website that you go to for indie music. And I forget the name of the place now. Yeah, this is almost done. Nope, no, it's one more loop, I guess. Here we go. Bandcamp, thank you. There you go. That's the whole SID. Good. Oh, Black Dog. Start Me Up, 5150. Wow, this was... Here we go. Nope, that's... No, that's just mono. There's an act to left that's in stereo. These are all monos. Okay, let me load a different disc then. Some really good music on that, though. Let's see. 31. Ah, damn it. Sorry. And then at 5, we'll load this disc and see what happens. Ghostbusters. Yes, Ghostbusters is in there too. I'm trying to look for a good stereo one because that's a lot of music on it too. Enola Gay. Wow. A lot of good music on here. See, here's what I was talking about. XL, FL, and right. So my brother and I would actually take one of these and play the left version and the right version. And I copied this disc so him and I could do it together. Him in his room, me in my room. Okay, I'll find it. So I'm going to go and load another disc then. 32. F5. I'm looking for a stereo song. That one just has Van Halen on there, the one I just played. I love that song. I mean, that's, you know, that's a great compilation. Let's see. Drive, attach, 33. F5. I have a lot of Sid music, by the way, just to let you know. This is one of my favorite things when I was as a kid. Ooh, saved by 0. Nice. See, another version of Van Halen on there. Black Dog again. Dream On. Oh yes, there is. It's still mono version. There are some clone versions of the SD GD-ROM, I think it's what's called. So you can actually go and find those on like on eBay for like $75 for the Dreamcast. They're definitely worthwhile. If you want to get, you know, an auto for your non-working Dreamcast. Try this 34. Try to find the one that has the stereo mods. I swear to goodness there's some stereo ones somewhere around here. This one's probably not going to be it. It's a pretty big one. That's pretty beefy. It's 66 files. Jeez. Ooh, Benny and the Jets. Comfortably Numb. Crocodile Rock. Empty Garden. Wow. Another Axel F. Jeez. Is there soldering involved? No. I don't believe so. I believe it's just a unscrew, replace situation. Try this again. Let's find... again, I'm looking for these stereos. No, nothing on that disc, huh? Let's try this again. That one, no. That's not going to be stereo either. There's 72 on there? Jeez. Vader. Must be March. Vader's March. Okay, we'll just do Ghostbusters because you did mention it, so I'm going to play it. I think this is a good version. We'll wait for it to load. Yeah, this is a good one. Brian Sapowski, he always did some good versions. I think it's all ribbon. Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I don't have my keyboard in front of me at the moment because I have the Commodore in front of me. But yeah. I believe this is the version they actually use in the game too. So yeah, it sounds just like when I was a kid. So there was the Commodore 64 game of Ghostbusters, which was not that great. I'll have to look for the mod on eBay for you though. I've modded a lot of my stuff, as you probably can imagine, but it is daunting nonetheless. Okay, I'm going to go and F5 out of this. Sorry, I've gotta. I wanna get to bed eventually. There's Axel F right. I wanna find them left and right together. Got a lot of copies here. Okay, so let's go here. Drive 101 F5. I want to play around with this. Oh, goodness gracious. I want to play around a bit with this system. Come on, don't go so high. Don't. When it goes high, I know there's not a lot of other stuff on it because I usually just kind of strip them out when I did these compilations. Damn it. It was funny because when I was a kid, that looks more promising. Yep. Words. So that one actually is much more promising because all of those have words. Later on, when I was Van Hagar, I love both Van Halen and Van Hagar. David Lee Roth and, you know, I guess all three frontmen were okay in their own way. 107. Sammy Hagar was good in his own way. I forget the other guy. What's his name? Okay, so this looks more promising. I was wrong. It's not more promising. Damn it. Okay, let's try. Come on, baby. Not gonna good. Yeah, David Lee Roth. No, there's a third guy. Sharon? I believe Sharon. I didn't want to play that. 5. I can't remember his name offhand. He was there for one album. The guy who sung Right Now. Yeah, this is going to take a while to load because this is a big song. I didn't mean to do an F5. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, Sharon, I believe. Yeah, that one's a wrecked disc. I can tell you that right now. I'll find it. That's not promising either. Yeah. A lot of David Lee Roth on here. A lot of Stones. And that's not this Stereo XLF. Man, I'm starting to get sad here. That's not it either. Good music on there, though. Nope. Anyways. Pretty much in the end to say that I've got a lot of stuff that's dupe on here. I really need to go and find the originals. I don't know where they're at. I want to find some good stereo SID. But at one point I had a good amass of like DC Star and CPR, which were a good group as well. Sourish Colt 8323. How are you doing? Playing some Commodore 64. At least we're trying to load some music. Attempting to. Words. Picture. Huh. Okay, here's a rarity here. I usually don't like doing this one, but that's fine. We're going to play this. Candle in the Wind actually has a picture. So back in the day, before we actually had karaoke discs, we had karaoke picture word combinations like this one. This is a good relic, to say the least. Let's load this one and see. And then literally it's going to put a picture and then it's put the words under it, which I think is kind of novel and cute. And it failed to load the picture. The picture failed to load. Oops. Oh well. DC Star and CPR still has some good stuff nonetheless. Oh, she was only faithful. Oh, that's some good music on there. Open Arms. Jeez. This is like sad music and stuff. Jeez. Let's see. I was in the emo phase back then. Jeez. Okay. Try this again. Let's see if we can find some stereo music. We're on a hunt here. This does not look promising. Yeah, it's loaded over 50 songs. More. How many times did I copy this disc? Jeez Louise. It's good music, though. It was good music when I said it the first 20 times. Okay. I know one of these discs has stereo. It's probably going to be the last one. It's not this one, is it? No, it's not that one. We're getting somewhere, though. That one I haven't seen before. Nope, 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 nope. Abort. Abort. As I pound on my Commodore 64 keyboard. Good night, NeuroNet. It was great talking to you as well. Oh, this actually has different sounds on it. That's pretty cool. Let's see what a trumpet sounds like. Nope. Nothing. Didn't play squat. Let's try that one. Words, picture. Let's see if this one loads for the picture. Because last time it didn't, if you remember correctly. We'll see if this one actually loads the picture correctly. Night, man. I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know what the picture could be. Watch, it's going to be something that's going to get me banned off of YouTube. Knowing my luck. Or Twitch, or wherever. Or it's going to be garbled mess again. Don't know. Hopefully it's a good picture. It is. This picture is not garbled. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool. Nice little picture. We'll let that play. Yep. Yep. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can find the actual stereo songs besides the one we actually found. Oh, goodness gracious. F5. That's promising. There you go. Stereo. Abacab, stereo. Oh, look at all those stereo. Okay, we're just going to play all songs, F3. We'll see how this sounds. I don't know what this one is. Anxiety / WUF. No idea what this is. If I don't like it, we'll skip it with spacebar. Ah. Skip with spacebar. No idea. That's old Chicago. I know Color My World's old Chicago too, but I know that song. Not really taking a lot of the stereo. It's the same notes on both. It's not unpleasant, it's just there's no stereo. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. It's probably gonna be the same thing on here. And I'm gonna skip that one too, if it's just the same thing again. No, it's a different version. Huh. Waiting for the words. Come on. I want to hear Robert Lamb's words. Well, not really his, but you know, the said approximation of it. Notice it got really quiet when he did that. So this must have been his first composed, this guy who did this. Okay. Let's see if this one has any stereo. Good stereo. I want some complete separation. Wow, that's bad. Oops. Maybe this one's better. If it buzzes again, I'm gonna be pissed. That sounds nice. Yeah, there's definitely stereo separation there. You can hear it. Don't even look at the notes, just close your eyes. Trying to approximate like Peter Cetera's reverb when he sings. It's weird. That's nice. That's a good stereo Sid song. Okay, I'm gonna go next song. See what this sounds like. Love Bites remix. Okay, is it like a Def Leppard remix, or is it somebody else's personal remix? What is this? What is this? Hopefully it's good. Wow. Very separated. Somebody really separated that hard. Interesting, to say the least. I want to go to the actual bridge. Hear how it sounds. There you go. That's not bad at all. Whoever did this actually did this from love. Okay. Next song. As much as I love that, I know I gotta another Def Leppard song, Hysteria. Probably same guy. He's probably just did the whole album. No, DC starting CPR. Wow. That is definitely DC Star and CPR. You could tell their music sounds pretty good like that. It's nice, actually. Okay, that's nice. Paradise City, Guns N' Roses. Let's see how this sounds. It's gonna be really fast, I'm sure. I wonder if there's a warp on here, so you can warp it, make it, load a little quicker. Oh, this is mono. This is not stereo. Well, that kind of sucks. DC starting CPR again, so I guess they didn't warrant the stereo. Good though. Here we go. Now you have to remember, these people who made these songs did this all by ear. There weren't any music books with this music in there back then. Before they had karaoke CDs and the like. It's amazing. Okay, we're gonna skip it. Welcome to the jungle. I wonder if there's another another DC star in CPR. It's like GNR. This is like hair bands. This is all like GNR, Def Leppard. And this one's in stereo too, so that's not gonna be too bad. Yep. Grey Mouser. There's separation. See, the problem is when you actually do a stereo rendition in the Commodore SID, there really needs to be a song that warrants it. I'm not hearing it here. Okay, I'm gonna skip it. Abacab, one of my favorite songs by Genesis. From their album, obviously Abacab. Hopefully this is pretty stereo-y. I've heard better. It's not that bad though. It just seems like it's a little fast, a little high. Not too bad there though. Could have done better stereo separation too. Skip. Maggie May. I thought it was M-A-E, or is it M-A-Y? I don't know anymore. I'm sleepy, I know that much. Definitely stereo separation there. You can hear it. Not bad. though, there's way more they put in the song than truly there is. I don't know, I have to listen to it again. I don't think the song is that orchestrated. You get my drift? Wake me up before you go. Is this really? Yes, it is. So the guy made this in 1984, probably as soon as he heard the song on the radio. Definitely sounds like it. Definitely sounds like old Sid music. Not that great. Let's see. Faith by, I'm assuming it's going to be George Michael. Starting to get a little cough there. Hopefully this is a good keeper. Yeah, DC Star and CPR, yeah. Where's the R? It's missing. There's definitely separation in there. You can't complain about the quality of DC Star and CPR. I mean, honestly, that sounds really good. Okay, yeah, I can skip that song. Here's another version of Faith. I have no idea who did this one. Bad. Wow. That's horrible. That's like the horrible. All That She Wants, Ace of Base? No. No. This can't be Ace of Base. Oh, Everything She Wants. No. That's not too bad. Listenable, Careless Whisper. Oh, gosh, a lot of Wham and George Michael in here. Jeez. I'm gonna guess and say this old Railbird person really liked George Michael. It's not bad. I'll skip it. That's it. Okay. That's the end of that disc. So let's go and choose this disc. Oh, shoot. I goofed. Hopefully this is loading something good. Let's do fast load. My bad. Usually, if it's I'm loading stereo player on one of these old ones, it's usually because there's stereo SIDs on there. Oh, we'll see. Gary Sharon, is that his name? I forget now. We'll see. Maybe we'll get the XLF that I want. Huh, Space Oddity is on here. we got to see this one. Obviously, we got to see this one. F1, baby. We'll play this one. Animation. Wow, an animation on here. Empire Strikes Back. This is going to take forever. What the hell was that? Like a Dalek screaming. I just kill my system? Words. You didn't load this SID. There it goes. What am I supposed to be seeing? Somebody had a lot of time on their hands. So silly. It's not doing anything else. That was the only. There it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Do something. R2D2. This is how you impress me. You do something like this. I can't top this for tonight. This is where we're going to end, right here. How in the hell did they put that music in there? Or at least the Vincent Price laugh. That's it. That's it right there. That I can't compete with that. We're done. That was it for tonight. With everything going on, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. That was a pretty long episode. I'm surprised, but that was amazing way to end tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to say thank you again for coming on by, chilling with me, and we're going to do this again on Sunday. I have no idea what's going on Sunday, but we'll find out together. So for me, Chris, and the rest of the people around me, I guess it's just me right now. It's fun. We'll see you guys again next time I broadcast. I'm Chris Cool. Bye, guys.